You are alive right now. Your heart is beating. Your lungs are pulling in air. Your brain is processing these words. And at some point, all of that will stop. Not slowly. Not gradually. Within 60 seconds of your heart stopping, your body begins a sequence so precise, so systematic, and so strange that scientists have mapped it almost down to the millisecond. This is what happens. Second one, your heart stops, not dramatically. It simply ceases to contract. The electrical signals that have been firing through your cardiac muscle every single second of your life go silent. No pump, no pressure, no movement of blood. By second 6, your brain begins to lose consciousness. The oxygen that was dissolved in your blood, the oxygen that your neurons have been burning continuously since before you were born, is no longer being replenished. The brain, which consumes 20% of your body's total oxygen supply, despite being only 2% of your body weight, begins to run out. Awareness dims. If you were awake when it happened, everything goes dark. By second 10, the muscles of your body begin to lose tone. The jaw goes slack. The eyelids, if they were closed, may fall open. The bladder and bowel muscles, which were held closed by active neural signals, begin to release. The body, without the constant work of the nervous system to maintain its shape and posture, begins to soften. At second 15, the cells of your body are still alive. Every one of the 37 trillion cells in your body is still metabolically active, still running its own internal chemistry, still trying to do its job. The death of the organism and the death of the cells are not the same event. They are separated by time. Your cells do not know yet that the system they depend on has failed. At second 30, the electrical activity in your brain has not fully stopped. Studies using EEG on patients in the moments after cardiac arrest have recorded bursts of high-frequency brainwaves, sometimes more intense than anything recorded during normal waking life. Some researchers believe this is the neurological event behind near-death experiences. Others believe it is simply the brain consuming its last reserves of energy in a final surge. Nobody knows for certain. But the activity is real and it has been measured. At 45 seconds, rigor mortis has not yet begun. That comes later, hours after death, when calcium floods into muscle cells and locks them into contraction. But something else is starting. The blood, no longer being pumped, begins to pool toward the lowest points of the body under the force of gravity. The skin in those areas will begin to discolor within the first hour. The areas facing upward will grow pale. This process is called livor mortis, and it is so predictable that forensic scientists use it to estimate time and position of death. At 60 seconds, 1 full minute has passed, and here is what is remarkable. You are not entirely gone. Your brain cells are damaged, but many are not yet dead. Your heart, if shocked within the next few minutes, could restart. Surgeons have resuscitated patients after the heart has stopped for far longer than 60 seconds. The legal and medical definition of death is not the same as the biological end of every cell in your body. Death, it turns out, is not a moment. It is a process, a cascade of failures that unfolds over minutes, hours, and in some tissues, days. The cells of your corneas remain viable for transplant for up to 12 hours after death. Your skin cells can survive for several days. Bone marrow cells can live for days as well. The body does not switch off all at once. It winds down system by system, cell by cell, at different rates in different tissues. Like a city losing power grid by grid as the last generator finally runs out of fuel. What happens in the 60 seconds after you die is not an ending. It is the beginning of a long, slow, systematic unwinding of the most complex structure that has ever existed in the known universe. 37 trillion cells, built over decades, maintain